Okay, I've got something very special for you guys here on Box Office Maniacs and Horror Month 2017. We've got something that doesn't come along very often, but when it does, it actually is pretty cool. And that is, we've got a brand new Halloween special on television that premiered last night. And that special is
Michael Jackson's Halloween, CBS Friday, October 27th.
So this little Halloween special thing came about, I think, last month, maybe, at like Comic-Con or something. I think that's where they actually premiered it. And part of the reason they premiered it there is because the brand new greatest hits compilation, I think, that they just brought out of Michael Jackson, called Michael Jackson Scream, has just recently dropped last month, I believe it was. And it's like a greatest hits album, and the one track that was like the new track for the album was a remix of like 4 of his songs, where they mashed them all up together. And I only heard it like one time, so I don't remember exactly which songs are on it. I believe there was like Blood on the Dance Floor and Don't Stop Till You Get Enough or something like that. So the reason I bring up the whole thing about these mixture of songs is because this 30-minute animated show is all about that. I mean, all the way through this entire show is a mixture of Michael Jackson's biggest hits, and I mean just about everything, including some things that he did with the Jacksons. They had Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, they had Beat It, they had Billie Jean, they had Thriller, they had Scream, they had Blood on the Dance Floor, they had, just all kinds of stuff. Ghosts, as a matter of fact, that was even in it. And not only did it have a mixture of all of his songs, but kind of a mixture of all of his albums and all of the stuff that are related to Michael Jackson. So if you are a huge Michael Jackson fan, like I am, you're going to recognize all kinds of stuff throughout this entire thing. It's definitely a Michael Jackson fan video showcasing all those songs. And I don't mean that they just played each one of those songs. I mean they actually literally mixed the songs together, mashed them up, mixed them up, and everything throughout the entire show. And it's actually really good. I was actually really entertained by this show. But with that said, I also can't say that it necessarily blew me away. I didn't sit there and go, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. But it was very good. It was a very good show, and it has very positive messages throughout the whole thing. There's a lot of voice actors that lended voices to this TV show and to this whole Halloween special.
Just follow the music. Starring the voices of Christine Baranski, Alan Cumming, Brad Garrett, George Eads, Lucas Till, Lucy Liu, and Jim Parsons. Fun!
I mean, there's a whole cast of characters in this, and they all did a pretty good job for what this is. They did a fairly decent job. And I liked a lot of the characters that are in here. There's especially the one that Jim Parsons played was like a dancing pumpkin, I don't know, pumpkin king maybe you would call him. He's like in a whole pumpkin patch, and he's dancing and everything, and it was pretty freaking cool. I actually liked it a lot. Then there's another character that's like a spider character, and that one was okay. It was kind of strange. It was kind of a weird character, but it was okay for what it was. And then there was this cat character who is like a mad scientist cat, and I really liked that character as well. I mean, I thought that was a cool character. And of course, all of these 3 characters do something that I don't want to give away the ending to it if you guys want to see it, but it's really cool. All these characters come together, and it creates what happens at the end of this Halloween special. Overall, I mean, this was a pretty good Halloween special. I was really impressed with it, but I can't say I was necessarily blown away by it. That's the only thing. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that some of the animation in it's good animation. It's decent for what it is. I mean, it's not Pixar or DreamWorks even. It's a different kind of animation, but it's not bad. It's not badly done or anything. It's just the only thing about it is in some of the places where they're dancing, it's kind of clunky. I don't know if it was meant to be that way or what, but of course all these characters that end up dancing a lot like Michael Jackson. Not exactly like Michael Jackson, but sort of like Michael Jackson. And there's a reason being for that, but and that's part of the fun about this and part of the ending of the whole show and the story. So I don't want to give that too much away about that, but because Michael Jackson himself was a very fluid dancer. I mean, when he danced, it was like it literally was like he was walking on air or the moon. When he did the moonwalk, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, the guy floats. They don't quite have that in this show, so to speak. But I mean, it's all together. That doesn't. I mean, it doesn't ruin the thing. It just, some of the animation is just a little bit off, maybe. But altogether, it was a decent show, and I was actually quite entertained by it. And for a Michael Jackson fan, it is very entertaining because there's lots of stuff all the way through it. Like I said, that's all Michael Jackson. There's Michael Jackson videos all the way through it. There's Michael Jackson's life through this whole thing. I mean, things that he's done, I mean, musically. There's Michael Jackson's albums. Like, there's one stained glass window they show that's the cover of the Dangerous album, and at the very bottom they have the cover of the This Is It album at the very bottom of it. And that little symbol of Michael holding his arms up or whatever is something that kind of appears all the way through the show as like a special door or an elevator or something like that. This is it's leading them through this great big haunted house, so to speak, or haunted hotel, because the hotel is actually called This Place Hotel, which is a reference to a Jackson's hit that they did a long time ago with Michael, as well as they also play the song Torture from Michael Jackson and the Jacksons. Another thing that kind of surprised me is how much music they actually had in this. So, of course, like I said, this show, being a Michael Jackson fan, I was impressed by this show. I thought it was a decent show. I thought it was a good show. I wish they would do a whole lot more of these Halloween specials, because when I was a kid, the Halloween specials were, holiday specials altogether. I mean, they would bring out maybe one or two every year, or for each holiday, for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. And I grew up watching all these spectacular, classic Halloween and holiday shows, and I really wish they would get back to doing that. And they haven't really done that. And the only thing that's come along in the last few years that was even close to that, and they still do play it, thank God, is Toy Story of Terror. And like I said, they play that every once in a while, especially on the Disney Channel. So I wish they would do a lot more of these things and bring out more Halloween specials and Thanksgiving specials and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see a brand new Halloween special. And this one was actually really entertaining, and I was really entertained by it, and I would give it a huge 5 out of 5. So, Horror Month 2017, unfortunately, is starting to wind down. Halloween is coming up, and that'll be the last day of Horror Month, of course, because it's October 31st, it's Halloween, it's the end of Horror Month. So, it's winding down. We're getting ready to depart from Horror Month, but we got a lot more things in mind and coming up soon in the next few months going into the next year. And to see all of that, you're going to have to subscribe to us. Boy, did I hook you in on that one or what? Yeah, that's right. Hit the subscribe button down there. Hit the little horror bell up top so you can know when we get notified whenever we post things up here for Horror Month or any other videos. And of course, there's feedback and comments that you can leave below, and you can tell me all what you thought of Michael Jackson's Halloween, or if you liked it, if you didn't like it, whatever. So that's it for now, and we'll see you soon, because there's a little more Horror Month left to give you. So stick around. We've got just a little bit more for you. So if I don't get to see you for the rest of the month, I just want to tell everybody, have a safe Halloween, have a happy Halloween, have a good Halloween, get together, have some fun, go out there, trick or treat, have a good time, and we'll see you all next year for Horror Month 2018.